Hi Scorpio, welcome to Eight of Cups Tarot. Welcome to your cards for February. Now I know I've been telling everybody that 2021 is going to be a little bit better than 2020 was for sure. And yet here we are, January, February 2021, and things are pretty much the same, right? Feels like just more of an extension of 2020. I don't know, I think that things have gotten a little bit crazier. Things are moving much faster than they were in 2020, but it is a little bit more of the same old, same old. We haven't quite solved the issues. We haven't quite figured out a way to get through some of those barriers and obstacles. And I think for a lot of us, we're still just trying to figure out what the hell is going on. So February will bring a lot of clarity. It will bring a lot of insight to what's truly happening. And when we get through February, when we get through this first of 3 Uranus-Saturn transits, the square, then we're going to see a lot more, and we're going to learn a lot more. But it's really learning about who we are, learning about who we are going to become. It's a pretty lucky time for some of us when Mercury is retrograde, especially if you have a retrograde Mercury natally in your chart. I know a lot of people will tell you it's not a good time to sign contracts, it's not a good time to really move forward in life, and that just simply isn't true. We couldn't shut down our lives for 6 weeks at a time, 3 times a year, because Mercury is moving in reverse motion. But we can and we will understand that when retrograde is moving backwards, now this is moving in your 4th house, the universe is inviting us to kind of revisit some stuff. It could be stuff regarding your home, where you live, your actual environment. Maybe you are going back and forth on selling a plot of real estate, moving into a bigger home. Maybe you're going back and forth, certainly, especially with a square over to your 7th house, about joining resources and moving in with somebody. You know, maybe really making it official. I say that because Saturn comes out in your cards, and Saturn is really all about making it official. And Saturn wants us all to grow up, to master certain areas of our life. Saturn likes commitment. He likes hard work. And there's a lot of that coming up in your reading. Now, for you this month, you are coming out as the Queen of Fire. I like this because she's super driven. She is super ambitious. If she has dreams, if she has goals, I could promise you she's going to get them done. Queen of Fire doesn't really like no. She doesn't take no for an answer. She doesn't want to hear that things can't be done a certain way, that certain things can't be achieved, that changes can't be made. Queen of Fire is certainly not afraid of changing elements. She's also really intuitive. So pay attention this month to your intuitive hits. Pay attention to areas where you feel, anything that kind of alerts your spidey sense in a way. If you're having weird dreams, if you're getting weird feelings about things, maybe you are looking for a new home. And so it's important as you're starting to look through houses, pay attention to how you feel in them. Pay attention to the environment carefully, because you will ultimately be able to make the right choice. You are moving in the right direction. And to be honest, your environment, that of the Emperor, is a very conducive energy for you. I feel as though you have the creativity and the spark, and then the environment allows you to strengthen that. I feel as though you probably have a lot of support in your environment in some way or another, maybe by a loving partner, maybe just good timing. But the Emperor can also represent a need to control. Now, he is a card of Aries, but I often pick up an energy of Taurus. And of course, with the lion head, there's a little bit of Leo in here. You have a lot of fire coming out in your chart, not a lot of water. And I find that funny when we have all of this energy in your fourth house. Fourth house is a very emotional house. The fourth house is our emotions. It's who we are on the inside. And it's probably, especially you being a Scorpio, not something that we share with a lot of people, right? Scorpio is oftentimes misunderstood. They don't wear their heart on their sleeves. In fact, oftentimes a Scorpio will take the time to learn every minute detail about somebody, and yet little is known about you. And I've been explaining that this North Node in your 8th house is kind of a process. It's a process to get you to open up. It's a process to get you to trust. And I feel as though February is going to be an indication of how far you've come. Now, what I don't like, and it's not even that I don't like it, but what I do feel I need to warn you about with the Emperor card is kind of what the Saturn-Uranus square is all about. Now, you've got the 4th house, your roots, your home, your inner self, making a square over to Uranus and Mars in your 7th house. Your 7th house is partnerships. It is also business and entrepreneurial projects. So for some of you, you might be talking about relationships, moving in, solidifying things. I feel as though this has been kind of the theme for Scorpio for a long time. And again, that North Node in your 8th house, we're learning to share resources. We're learning to trust being with others, counting on other people. It's super uncomfortable, I know, for Scorpios. Super uncomfortable to be able to rely on or trust other people all of the time. And yet there are great gifts and great rewards when you can. And I think you're going to see elements of where your hard work is paying off. Some of you may have started or are thinking about starting some projects working from home. Maybe you are literally moving your office into your home. Maybe you are going back to school. For some reason, I'm picking up a vibe of you kind of sitting in a home office for hours and hours on end, kind of plotting your dreams in a way. I feel as though you're starting to plant some really valuable seeds. And the thing is, the difference is you truly believe in this. Now, maybe you are starting a new business. Maybe you're offering a product that you're super passionate about. Maybe you are working from home for different reasons. Maybe you are caretaking of somebody. I see that sometimes with the Strength card. Maybe you are in a position of having to care for somebody. 4th house can oftentimes indicate that we're caring for our parents or our loved ones. And maybe there's an element for some of you that you're having to move back home. Maybe something like life happened, as 2020 has kind of caused for a lot of people, in which you kind of had to close up shop and move on home. There's a lot of, changing of the nuclear family, sort of speak. There's a lot of adult children moving back in with their parents, kind of restarting life. Certainly if you were somebody that worked in an industry that has been heavily affected, maybe you've been invited to kind of recreate life as you know it. And so the Saturn-Uranus square is kind of a tension, a struggle between the old structures of your life and the new stuff that you want to achieve. 4th house, 7th house can indicate the old relationships, the old processes, the old things that we've been through, and the new things that want to come in. And a lot of this has to do with clearing the space, allowing. And after a couple years, like 2020, and really 2019 wasn't all that much better, it feels as though we've been very restricted. It feels like there's been a lot that has held us back. And yet Uranus is going to come through in the blink of an eye and really get things a little bit unsettled. He's going to loosen the strings. And he's going to invite that liberation and that taste of freedom. Now that is different for all of us. Some of us have just been searching for peace. Some of us have just been searching for a soft place to land. Some of us just want freedom from the stress of the not knowing. And I think that is indicated with that of the Emperor. I think there is an ultimate need to know, where is this going? How is this going to work out? What are we going to do? If you are putting your house on the market, you're probably driving your realtor nuts. If you are moving in with a new partner, you're probably trying to control the situation in some way. No, this has to go here. No, I do things this way. No, I do that this way. I wake up at this time. And there's like that whole dance that you have when you introduce other people into your life. And the thing is, the Queen of Fire and the Emperor are both very fiercely independent. So this whole integration might be really you stepping out of your comfort zone. Now, and I see the Strength card and I see this Three of Swords. It indicates to me, especially with this Six of Wands here, that you are kind of putting on a brave face. And it might be some instances in the beginning of February, early on in the month, in which you feel super uncomfortable, a little bit out of your comfort zone. There might be things that come up, and I feel as though it could invite you to experience some radical self-acceptance. But at the same time, this Three of Swords, there's almost a reckoning of what used to be. And I think this Three of Swords represents some pretty deep disappointments. And I don't know why, but I feel as though Scorpio is starting to step into this new phase of their life. But it also means leaving behind some old stuff. It means finally releasing all of the old disappointments. Now, I often say that, and again with the Queen of Fire being that very intuitive, we can often sense when life is changing. We can often sense when we're starting to open up into new chapters, and it can be a really magical time. Queen of Fire, the Emperor, the Six of Wands, there's very strong indications to me that this time can feel very magical. And yet Scorpio is extremely uneasy. I want to point out to you for a second that we have the Saturn card number 6. We have the Six of Wands and we have the Six of Swords, all indicating to me that there is forward movement. There is progress being made. There is a fantastic cooperation and flow within this reading. Even here, I'm looking at all but this card. Everybody seems to be looking and moving in the right direction, moving forward, which means that the universe is supporting you. Card number 6 is a number of divinity, of divine assistance. The universe is supporting you. The people that you love are supporting you. The environment that you are in is supporting you. And yet there is a little bit of an emotional journey that you have to go through this month to clear the space for the new. So let's talk about this Three of Swords next to this card of Saturn, the Truth. Scorpio, I'm wondering if there isn't something inside of you that you are experiencing in which there is an unprecedented fear of disappointing others. Because when I see the Strength card and the Six of Wands, it does indicate that you're kind of putting on a brave face. And that kind of not letting people know how you truly feel. There's a lot of internal stuff going on, and yet on the outside, everything looks perfectly fine. You are appearing or seeming to have complete control over a situation, complete control over the outcome. Saturn is all about being prepared. It's about doing the right thing. It's about making the commitments. It's also about long-term stuff. Like I said, commitments. This isn't committing to a short project. This isn't kind of just seeing where things go with a partner. This is marriage. This is contracts. This is big. This is long-term stuff. And everything except for the Strength card is looking directly towards the future, towards the long term. Now, the Strength card here indicates to me that maybe below the surface there's some stuff going on, and you're trying to tame those things. You're trying to overcome them, overcome the doubts, overcome the disappointments. Maybe there were things that you wished had happened a little bit differently. And yet the universe says there's really no time to dwell, and there's nothing that you can do to change the circumstances. Emperor. And so you have to make the best of it. Now, ironically, underneath this Emperor is this Tower card. I don't feel as though this is a negative tower, especially because it comes out next to this card, your hard work is paying off, new moon in Capricorn. This doesn't feel like a negative kind of tower, like everything is falling apart, but it does indicate that if anybody in your environment is trying to super control things, they simply won't be able to now. The Tower card does indicate that things will change quickly. There might be a sudden thing that happens this month that kind of changes your environment in some way. It kind of gets you off of this need to control and dictate where everything is going to go. And at least it shows you. Now, Libra I just did, and the whole point of their reading was showing you the cracks in the foundation. And I think that's similar for you, showing you the cracks in the foundation, but the cracks aren't in your foundation as much as they are in your emotional being. And there's a struggle here, Scorpio, with what you are willing to give, what you are willing to invest, and the idea of what you have to lose. When I see the Tower card next to the Five of Pentacles underneath the Strength card, and especially because this Five of Pentacles is a very center card in your reading, there are abandonment and self-value issues that have to be worked out. There are deep fears that have to be worked out. These things stem from this Three of Swords. Now, I'm not sure if something happens within the month to kind of trigger some of this stuff. I feel like February is a lot of little triggers. There's a lot of things that could happen, especially during a retrograde Mercury. Even just regular frustrating things like your phone not working, that could really bring out this intense energy, and you're like, holy shit, where did that come from? And why do I feel that way? Maybe There's a lot of pent-up anger. Maybe there's a lot of pent-up disappointment. Maybe there's a lot of pent-up fear. And sometimes this Five of Pentacles next to the Six of Wands is a fear that you're never going to amount to the things that the other people in your life need you to amount to. Are you capable of it? Are you up to the challenge in some ways? Can you do this? And I feel as though Scorpio has been working really hard, at least internally, to kind of change the way that they see things. That's what I see with it. The Strength card is you kind of finding a way to rewrite the situations, to change the long-term stuff so that you can move forward in life. You know? Oftentimes, if we have heartbreaks in the past, we tend to carry them like this really heavy luggage, right? And we move from relationship to relationship, or, you know, even job to job, carrying all the things that went wrong in the last one, and we kind of set them down, and we look at our new partner and we say, all right, well, here's all of my experiences, and I don't ever want to do this again. Then why are you carrying the suitcase? Why are these things still existing in your mind? Why are these still legitimate worries? If you say you don't want to do them again, and yet you carry them with you as if they are some sort of precious token, you want to watch the way that you're talking to the universe. You want to watch the way that you're framing things in February. And I feel like this Tower and this Five of Pentacles really leads to a clean slate. And I think ultimately what Scorpio truly wants and desires is peace. The whole flow of this reading, this back and forth, overcoming fears, overcoming the thought of not being enough. And you kind of ride this wave right into this peace card. It is your confidence, Scorpio. It is your relationship with yourself that is going to get you through the tumultuous times. And I think every bit of you is sensing where the easier environment is. And I feel as though you may be preparing yourself for a very harsh landing, and yet it is very soft and welcoming. There is no question, Scorpio, that you are moving into a brand new phase in your life. There is no question to me that things are really changing for the better. But all of the confusion in the middle might be a little bit overwhelming. I think it's important to rest. I also think this month you will benefit from very close friendships in some way. Maybe you have a partner who's super supportive of you. Maybe you have a friend or somebody that you could reach out to. Whatever it is, I feel as though there will be other people. There will be somebody else that can truly help you this month, to give you the strength, to give you the foresight, to help you reframe things. And I think that this person can kind of help you gain the confidence that you need, that you are actually capable of doing this. Like I said, some of you have been laying the groundwork for this for months. Maybe you are quitting that job and going back to school. Maybe you are quitting that job and starting your own thing. And of course, when we do that, our first reaction, okay, I turned in my resignation. Holy shit, how am I going to pay my bills? You know, that feeling comes in like, oh my God, I really did it. Oh my God, this is really here. And I feel like that Five of Pentacles, Six of Wands is the fear ultimately of the more you gain, the more you have to lose. Maybe Scorpio is feeling a lot of pressure. Maybe the blessings in your life maybe the good things, the long-term stuff, the solid partner, the kids, the house, the really wonderful things that are happening in your life at this time can be really scary. When we have so many beautiful things to be grateful for, the thought of losing them is its own existential hell in itself. And there might be times this month where you allow yourself to kind of go there, right? Allow yourself to feel it. You don't have to wear it. You don't have to feel it all of the time. The Strength card indicates that there is timing here. You could let yourself feel these things. You could say these things out loud. It doesn't mean that they have to exist. There's something quite magical, and Scorpios are very good at this. But there's something quite magical about the idea of kind of dancing with the darkness, and therefore you're not afraid of it. I think in a lot of ways, Scorpios are kind of trained mentally to be able to sense the worst case scenarios, and therefore you feel like you're prepared. Those are survival instincts. Oftentimes I have some close Scorpio people in my life, and you can kind of walk in a room and, everyone else just walks in a room, but Scorpio looks for the exits. Because what if something happens and you have to make a quick exit? What is the exit strategy? What is the plan? How do I get out if I need to? And once you get that out of control, once you get that under control, then you can move on and feel at peace. Then you know you're safe. Now this bottom row is really quite magical, because underneath the Tower card is the Six of Swords. So there's an element here that whatever it is in your life, maybe your partner's life, whatever it is that you're trying to control and make happen in a certain way, like, okay, well, I want to start this business, but it's got to happen this way, and then this, and then this, and this, and this, all in this order. And I think the universe is kind of going to show all of us this month that we really have no control at all. There are certain things we just can't dictate. But the Tower card feels as though it is a blessing, and just underneath is the Six of Swords, meaning that you're moving to calmer waters. And there is every indication here that you are moving to a more peaceful situation. Six of Swords indicates emotional movement, emotional flow, finding a place of feeling safe. Now this could just be allowing yourself to truly, North Node in the 8th house, to truly trust and let go and invest in that relationship. To truly move on and excel and take this to the next level with confidence. And I think that's a difference here at the beginning of the month. We're really forcing you to believe in the things that you're doing and to have confidence in them. And once you do that, once you start to truly believe in the long-term benefits of the changes that you're making, they start to happen so easily and so gradually. Six of Swords, Page of Wands, Ace of Wands. Look at, you get curious. You become open to the new stuff. Maybe for a long time, the idea of truly being in a loving relationship, or the idea of starting your own business and being your own boss, just seemed so distant. It seemed so uncomfortable to you. And yet this month, through, I feel, very external circumstances, you begin to find your confidence. You begin to find your strength. You begin to believe in yourself. And the Page of Wands is very new. There's something very new starting here, and that's why Maybe you're introducing a child into your home. Maybe you are, again, like I said, starting that new business. And this Page of Wands is looking at things much differently now. Oh, here's an opportunity. Oh, here's a good idea. And you take these things that you find, these small opportunities, these small chances, these small offers, and you turn them into something brand new and lucrative. Ace of Wands. Hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. Saturn. Truth. Look, we are truly building the strongest foundations we can right now. We are really preparing for the next phase in a very mature and responsible way. Even though I see all of this fire, I see all of this desire, I see all of this wanting, I also see a lot of intelligent preparedness. I see all the proper steps being taken. I see all of the security being gained. And I think this Queen of Fire underneath the overall energy of your reading, which is that of Judgment, is a sign that it's time for you to wake up to your own potential. The Judgment card is an awakening. And maybe it's been way too long, Scorpio, that you've been telling yourself that you're not capable of it, you can't do, or you can't have these certain things. I'll never have a healthy relationship. I'll never be my own boss. I'll never be able to start my own business. And yet, by the end of February, you are stepping into those shoes. You are having those healthy relationships. You are strengthening those commitments. You are introducing children into your life, or new businesses or new projects. Look how brave and strong you are becoming. Not because you stuck to the things that made you miserable, but because you decided you deserved something better. And when you decide you deserve something better, when you decide that you deserve the nice home, the calmness, the less stress about paying the bills or making ends meet, when you decide those things, the universe brings them right to your doorstep. Or at the very least, the universe kind of pulls your boat to where you need to be. The universe puts you in the right place at the right time with the right people. And therefore, you can easily grasp the new opportunities and turn them into something solid. And the Ace of Wands, in fact, is something that you truly love and desire. I see an Ace of Wands, and oftentimes I feel as though you've stumbled upon that one thing, that big thing in life, the thing you've always wanted. It's different for all of us. For some of us, it's a healthy relationship. For some of us, it's a winning lottery card. For some of us, it's, that ability to start your own business, your own dream. It's really beautiful. It's really profound, and it's all because you believe in yourself. Her hard work is paying off. And I know it's been a lot. I know 2020 has really put you through the ringer. And I know you're probably tired. So maybe there's a part of you that is wondering, do I even have the strength or the tenacity to really go through this? If you're an adult going back to college, it's like, wow, do I really have the time and the energy to relearn all of this stuff? But you do, because you know that it's better for your future. And because you know you can provide more for the people that you love. Now, the Emperor is all about providing for the people that you love. And the Queen of Fire is all about attracting the opportunities you need to you. So don't forget that this month. Don't forget the Queen of Fire energy is that you are attracting those things to you. And as long as you are in a state of mind where you truly deserve those breakthroughs, you deserve those opportunities, they will certainly come. And I think overwhelmingly, the answer is to not get discouraged, because we are in a retrograde Mercury, because things won't go quite so easily, because you're really going to have to struggle and work to get these things done. It's almost like your commitment is being tested. How bad do you want this? It will get easier. The road will get less bumpy, I swear. March, April, and May does feel as though it's a couple of really beautiful, restful, easy months where we could just start to enjoy ourselves. We have so much going on. There's going to be a buildup in your 5th house. Pisces, the sun, the moon, and even Jupiter making its way into Pisces over the next few months. Our environment, believe it or not, is going to go from very harsh and brazen to very soft, very sweet. And so the hard work will pay off. The sacrifices will pay off. The planning will pay off, I promise. And the hardest thing that you're going to have to do is believe in yourself. Now, I do want to read these couple of last cards to you. Card number 3, the card of peace. Freedom from attachment and radical acceptance, right? It doesn't get any better than this. A quiet mind, a heart fulfilled, freedom from want, and the soul's satisfaction. The way to peace is through radical acceptance. Everything in your world is exactly as it should be. Harmony is beautiful. Enjoy it. And I really feel like that is what Scorpios are working towards, is that harmony. When two people are in true alignment with one another, they have an innate harmony between them. They are as two perfectly tuned instruments playing together. Sometimes it's impossible to tell who is who. Peace is yours, and it is to be savored. Now, if you're single, obviously that doesn't fit, but it still means that the universe is working in tune with you, making everything much more peaceful. And the prosperity message is, this is one of those times when you're capable of clear vision about your work and how you create your prosperity. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. You're called by a presence to step into your power. Just being is enough. For you are in peaceful harmony with spirit, and it shows in your work. Yeah, center of the reading, 5 of Pentacles. You have to know that you're enough. All right, and then bottom of the deck, card number 48, this poised. Love this card. I love that this comes out right next to this Page of Wands and Ace of Wands. You'll see, I'll read it to you. If I could find the page. Being ready, bringing something to light, being at your best, and having confidence. You can be assured that you're ready for anything right now. You know that you need to. Your skills are sharp. You've come to this place armed with wisdom and knowledge, and you sense a new phase of your life about to begin. People respond to your confidence and trust you. This is an auspicious time to begin new things. When you're confident and happy in your own skin, you are ready for deeper, more intimate relationships. You have nothing to prove right now. You are completely yourself and can handle anything. Love, friendships, harmonious new connections are all present now and are coming in. You're ready to give and receive from the heart. This is a beautiful place to be. Oh, Scorpio, I feel so good for you. I feel like this is kind of what all of this has been leading up to. And there's so much achievement here, and there's so much good feeling of love and peace and quiet and tranquility. This was a really beautiful reading. Hang in there through February. I promise you it's all going to pay off. It may not be easy. It may not be easy flowing in the beginning of the month, but by the end, things really start to flow. Also, a quick reminder, we have a full moon at the end of the month in your 11th house. 11th house can oftentimes be a house of real luck. So pay attention to the people and opportunities that come in at the end of the month. I think it's going to be a very exciting time. All right, Scorpio, I will not be coming back mid-month for the love reading. So this is kind of it for the month. I will, however, be revisiting some of the readings that I did earlier that the audio was messed up on. And I will also be dropping in for a pick-a-pile reading, at least 1 or 2 throughout the month, to kind of update you on the astrology. Guys, middle of the month is a little bit crazy, okay? We have that Saturn-Uranus square. We have a new moon all between the 11th of the month and the 18th. So I would say, quite honestly, between the 11th and the 25th of the month, things can really feel like they're in an upheaval. But they will get better. Things will get better, and you have to trust that, Scorpio, the universe is clearly on your side. All right, guys, I love you so much. Have a wonderful month, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.